at times, but then he scored the goal from the corner, another brilliant delivery by Mason Mount. Overall, like, as a Chelsea fan, I don't think you can watch that game and be disappointed in any way, shape or form.
Massively. Jason, Zach kind of alluded to it there, but it did feel almost like a coming-of-age performance today, because I was listening to your commentary, you and Ben, it was a 10-15 minute spell at the start of the second half where Burnley started to get into it, and we've seen games come away from us there, but Chelsea didn't. They rode it, and then all of a sudden, they found another 2 gears, and they're away, and it really, really impressive today.
Yeah, we spoke, didn't we, at half-time about what we expected, and they had to do something different. They changed their formation. They went tighter in the middle of the park. They had support in behind. O'Neill was far more central. Jade Rodriguez was far more central. They went more direct, and they were making a fist of it. They caused us, there was 1 or 2 issues that we had to deal with. We dealt with that, and once that second goal went in, it broke their spirit completely. They weren't then getting close. They had something to fight for, and they could see that the game was running away from them. Overall performance, when you go out into a game and there are certain things you look to achieve, obviously a clean sheet, obviously score goals, but manage the game in certain time, because you can't dominate a 90-minute game. It just doesn't happen at this level. And there was a period they had it. We came out of that, we managed that, and then we went on and comfortably won the game. It's the best performance of the season. Another clean sheet. We're now scoring goals as well. And I think what Frank would have set out to achieve going into this game, and it doesn't often happen, I said this in commentary, we set out and we achieved every single one of those aims. Every single player today was outstanding. Silva at the back, Zuma, N'Golo Kanté doing what he does. Mason Mount, I mean, brilliant performance from him. Ziyech gets his goal. Timo gets it. I mean, look, 2 fullbacks, Mendy clean sheet. What a satisfactory performance that was.
Dan, in the week against Krasnodar, we spoke about Chelsea needs to find the balance between keeping teams out and then also scoring goals. Since we had that conversation, Chelsea scored 7 and conceded none. So that balance is being found very, very quickly.
100%. And it's not coincidence. This has been a work in progress, but you've seen the small little pieces of progress. And it's finally coming together. 4 on the bounce, is it? Is that 4 clean sheets on the bounce? Or that's 5 and 6? It's not by chance. This is everyone beginning to gel together. 0-0, as I said at the beginning when we drew with United, I said I'm not mad at that. They are the perfect base to start from and build from, and we've done it. And now we've got a 4-0 win in a game where there was no real danger. A little bit of discomfort perhaps from Burnley. But they didn't really offer that much other than a bit of hard graft and hard work, and I feel like we dealt with them as a big side should deal with a team like Burnley.
Completely. Four clean sheets on about 5 in 6, and Jace, like Dan said there, they didn't test us perhaps as much as some teams, but Chelsea never looked threatened, did they? There's been games before where we kind of, I suppose, Frank Lampard said about individual mistakes and almost sort of creating your own downfall. Chelsea have really ironed that out in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, we have. And I think we're all very much aware that this is a Burnley side at the moment that are in a little bit of trouble. 1 point so far out of 18. Krasnodar, we're going to have stiffer tests in Europe, that's for sure. But we're doing the basics and we're doing them very, very well right now. There will be stiffer tests ahead. There are going to be games where we won't have as much possession. We won't dominate the game, that we do end up conceding 1 or 2 more opportunities. Mendy will be called in to do more. But right now, when you go back and doing the radio that week when we conceded 3 goals, it was hard to defend us because we kept conceding goals, and you can't keep doing that. And Frank has gone back and he's come up with a formula, whether it be a 5 or a 3 or a 4 at the back, a new goalkeeper, Chilwell coming in. So he's now starting to see what Frank Lampard's 2020 Chelsea team looks like. We're now starting to see it. And we spoke about this at length, guys. I know we have, about wait till Chilwell comes in, wait till Silva gets in there, wait till Ziyech starts to play, wait till the new goalkeeper comes in. Now we're starting to see it. And I tell you what, it's half exciting.
So Chelsea up into the top 4 as well, 4th at the moment, a point behind Liverpool, Everton and Wolves. Zach, we're all in the position where we've all got a lot of friends that will be supporting other teams that, whenever results don't go Chelsea's way, they're piping up in the group chat, they're giving it the big one. I tell you what, I've already had quite a lot that are starting to get quietly very, very quiet about Chelsea in terms of the way that we're getting through games now, the way that we're playing, the fact that that Ziyech and Werner are starting to link up, the fact that Mason Mount's running games and N'Golo Kanté is constantly a 9.5 out of 10. Thiago Silva, that a lot of people from other teams are saying, he's not going to be able to keep up with the league. Mate, he's running it. He is absolutely running it at the moment. Just genuinely, from front to back, Chelsea are starting to look like a genuine contender team, aren't they?
Indeed. And that's the thing, right? When you spend 200 plus million on all these players, you have to show results. You can't be losing to a Burnley. You need to be pushing on in the league, trying to strive for a title. Because 200 million is an aim for a title. That's what you're trying to do. And so this is the beginning of it. It's a bigger project. It's not going to happen overnight. And this is what we've been saying. Okay, sure, the beginning of the season, it takes time. There was no pre-season to begin with. It's going to take even longer time. Now we're finally starting to see it in November. And Chelsea's next run of games as well is quite positive. We've got Sheffield United, who you want to go act some revenge on after the result last time facing them. Newcastle, Rennes in the Champions League. And then after the international break, we face Spurs. Those are games which, if we can make sure we're taking 3 points from the teams that we should be beating, and at least taking a point or more from the top 6 side, that's how a campaign is run. Now, Frank Lampard knows this, and he showed today against Burnley that he can coach a defence. He can make sure the defence and attack combine together. And you know what? As a Chelsea fan and all the people watching this right now, it's very exciting to be a part of.
Dan, do you know what I love as well? Because we've spoken before about the idea of there being a settled team, about there being, you want to be able to name, like you could with Liverpool last year, you want to be able to pretty much name the 11 off the top of your head before you've seen the lineup. I heard Jason in commentary saying about horses for courses in terms of, whether it's James at right back, whether it's Aspi at right back. The fact that we've played 3 or maybe 4 systems over the last couple of weeks and looked so assured in each of them, and the players that have come in and have been asked to do those rules have all looked so confident and so comfortable. That gives me more confidence than anything else, because we're going into games going, if you want to go to 5, well, 5 and we'll match them. If you want to go 3 at the back, you can do that. If you want to do 3 in the middle, 2 in the middle, play a 10, play wide. The adaptability and the flexibility that Frank Lampard has at his disposal now is remarkable.
Yeah, and that's part and parcel of having a deep squad. I'm not sure if there's anyone in the league with a squad as deep as ours now, in terms of just the amount of talent we have, replacements. The fact that we can lose Pulisic today in the warm up and just say, all right, Timo Werner, you come on. It's no small feat. We are able to really put some pressure on teams, because we've got a squad that, regardless of playing 3 games in a week, and regardless of injuries, we've still got people that will come in and stop the other people coming back and getting their shirts back. So there's so much competition for places, and it's a good thing right now, because it's everybody.
Sorry to jump in, Dan. Sorry to jump in. We've got Mason Mount with Matt Davies-Adams, so let's hear from Mason.
Mason, well done. It's been a busy week, but it's been a very successful one too. You must be really pleased.
Yes, it was a tough week this week. I think 3 away games. So yeah, it was a lot of travelling, a lot of flights. Flight up here as well. So yeah, it was. We didn't really have much time to kind of recover after games. But today I thought it was brilliant. What we did on the ball at the beginning of the game, winning the fight, winning the battle, matching them up, and then we knew what we could do on the ball. And I thought we did that brilliantly, and it showed in the scoreline.
Slightly different position for you today. How did you find it? And do you see that as your favourite role, your natural role?
Yeah, I'm a number 8. I'm a midfielder. Always been throughout my whole career. So yeah, it's natural for me to play in there. I know I have started a bit wider this season, but yeah, I love playing in midfield. It's my position, and the kind of fluidness we had throughout the game. With the wingers as well, obviously felt really sorry for Chris today. In the warm-up he felt his hammy, I think, so hopefully he's back soon. He's an unbelievable player, so that we dedicated the win to him today. Obviously he missed out, but Timo coming in was brilliant. All the players that come on, it was definitely a team effort today after a tough week.
It's a brutal season for you guys with the turnaround in games, but when you're winning them, momentum's such a big thing in football. I guess you don't mind that there's another game in a couple of days' time, because you've got that good feeling you can carry on. Yeah,
it's as you said, especially with the quick turnaround in games, the momentum that we're gaining is so important. The most important thing before was keeping clean sheets. Now we've had a couple now, and we can't take the kind of focus away from that. We've got to still really focus on it and keep working hard on that because that's so important. But now we're scoring goals with it. And yeah, we're building some momentum. It's exciting. We're playing good football, so hopefully we can keep it going.
Feels like everybody's betting in now in terms of the new boys, and the latest example of that is Hakim. How good's he been this week?
Yeah, we know what he can do on the ball and what he brings to the team. World-class player. Obviously coming in, scoring on his debut the other night, and then scoring today, Premier League debut. Yeah, he's a brilliant player and he's a joy to play with. Very clever on the ball and brings a lot to the team. So yeah, he's a very, very good player.
Before we let you go and get warm, I know as an academy boy you'll be watching the Youth Cup final on Monday night with a keen interest. You got a message of good luck to pass on to the boys?
Yeah, we watched the game. Everyone watched it yesterday in the hotel, so we was all cheering the boys on. Yeah, we all know how much it means to the academy. There's a lot of young players that have come through now that are in the first team that have been there, won it, captained it. So yeah, we know how much it means to win. I just want to say, yeah, good luck to all the boys, all the staff. We're all rooting for you from the first team, and we'll all be watching. Yeah, do it again for us.
Well done.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Under-18s in FA Youth Cup final on Monday night. Mason's obviously, he's come through that. He's seen that, Dan. So not just seeing Mason play, but seeing Mason play that well today, that's going to be a huge boost for the boys in the final on Monday.
100%. They well, the boys at Chelsea's youth level, we have got such a brilliant squad down there. We win so much at youth level. So now everyone's beginning to break through into the first team. It must be like a fantastic feeling being just part of the Chelsea setup right now. It must feel like a big family.
Oh, massively. We're hoping to hear from Frank Lampard very soon as well, so make sure you stick around for that. Zach, but just carrying on from that, really, because it's 100% right. You know, you see Reece James and Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi coming on today, Tammy Abraham playing a huge part as well. Having those players to look towards and be very, very quickly kind of seeing their progression from Youth Cup finals to whatever. In fact, bear with just 1 second, because I think very, very soon we will be crossing over to Frank Lampard. But just on that, it's going to be so exciting. Not quite yet. He's just getting ready. He's got a lot of people to speak to, and to be fair, 3-0 winners. He's buzzing at the moment. In fairness, he's probably wanting to get indoors. He's probably freezing up there still. But we'll find out very, very soon. But yeah, it's important to note that, like Dan said, it's a family, isn't it? And it's the fact that you've got that breeding ground to come through and those players in front of you, really in front of you, to see, it's achievable.
Well, yeah, especially for the players like Conor Gallagher, Ethan Ampadu, the boys that are out on loan right now, know there is a path, and that if they perform well this season, Mark Gehi, another one who's been playing fantastically for Swansea, they know that there's a path into that first team if they're successful. And even for the boys that maybe are like this one step below it, like Tino Angerin, even Ian Matson's gone on loan into the EFL as well.
Right, here we go. Sorry to dive in, Zach. We're going to pass over to Frank Lampard now. It's with Matt Davies-Adams.
To them, but very successful.
Yeah. It was a tough week. I knew that going into Manchester United, where we got a draw and a clean sheet. Russia is always an interesting and difficult trip for different reasons. Can you get that? I'm not. No, you're going to get shot, aren't you?
Can I do that?
I think it's swung from the top more than anything.
Is that how we do it?
Yeah, what do you think, Ollie?
Sorry.
Okay, so make sure you keep it to the fifth stand, because we'll find out all the interviews, all the pre-match and post-match reaction will be on the fifth stand app a little bit later on tonight. Jason, Wednesday night is going to be the interesting one now, isn't it? Because that's going to be a tough one. Rennes aren't in the greatest of form, but Chelsea are now, so it's about continuing that. And Mason already referenced motivation and kind of keeping momentum going. Oh, sorry, mate, we are going to cross back over. We've fixed the technical difficulties. We're going to get back to Frank Lampard for you now.
Okay, the preparation, the recovery for this game has been taxing. Fortunately, we could bring in some fresh legs. I think we saw that in the team today in the performance. And generally, I just thought we approached the game really well. It's a really difficult place to come here. You have to deal with a lot of physical side of the game, deal with balls into your box, but we never really looked under pressure at any stage. And the biggest thing for me was their personality and play on the ball. could see some of the things we work on coming together. So I was really happy.
You mentioned fresh legs, fresh minds as well, I guess, important, and that's something that's easier to manage when you're winning games, maybe.
Yeah, of course it is, but you have to work for that. That's a process, and that's a squad process, because we need everybody, the players that come in, the players that are on the bench, who are really positive behind me. That's what we need, is that squad spirit. And wins certainly do help that, but it comes with work on the training pitch, and it comes with a bit of time. That's what I keep sort of saying at every game. It's very important for me to say it after a really good performance, because that's not the end of the story, but we will see the benefits of the work as we continue. And I think some of the individual performances within a really good collective today were great signs for us.
4 clean sheets in a row for I believe the first time in 4 years as a football club. Have you been able to spend much time on the training ground on it? Do you get the time to be that specific this season, or is it just rest and recovery?
A little bit. It's something that we focus on from the start. We analysed obviously last season. We know it was a really positive season in many ways, but we wanted to concede less goals. Everyone does. But I think the work that we put into at the start of the season is starting to... One more. Call it there. I'll give you brief answers.
Yeah, last one. Just do one more question.
Buzzing. Why wouldn't he be? A 3-0 win tonight, Jace. I think we all are as Chelsea fans, all buzzing. We were just having a little chat there as well about, before all this, about the Youth Cup and about players coming through, but also the younger players now in the first team that are making an impact. And more so, I think Kurt Zouma's one that we want to have a little chat about, because he's been at Chelsea a little while now. I think we kind of forget, he's had loan deals at Everton. He got that horrific injury a little while ago. And, and even under Mourinho, I remember him playing at sort of defensive midfield for a game. And he's been around for a while now, but he's really coming into his own. And do you think that's down to the fact that Thiago Silva is alongside him and that sort of coaching through games?
I think he's been our number one centre-half for probably a while now. It's about finding the right combination. And Frank has struggled a little bit to get that right combination, whether you play a 2 or a 3. But right now, I think it's been a long time since a Chelsea fan could name the 2 centre-halves that actually were our best 2 centre-halves. So right now it's Silva and Zouma. I think we all accept that. Left back is going to be Chilwell, goalkeeper Mendy. And the only one debate you can have, I suppose, is who's at right back. Well, James played today. So you're now starting to see some continuity, which under Frank we haven't really had. It's not, we've had a combination of maybe 3 or 4 different partnerships, and it's not quite been the best. Right now, it does feel as though Kurt has found his partner.
Definitely. Well, you'll be able to hear that Frank Lampard interview in full, because it's a bit windy up in Burnley, to be fair. So you'll be able to hear that without the technical difficulties a little bit later on the Fifth Stand tonight. That is all from us. Thank you very much for joining us. All of that reaction, including the Frank Lampard chat, will be on the Fifth Stand a little bit later on. You can see highlights from tonight's match as well, which will be a great watch from 7 p.m. Next up is Rennes in the Champions League. Wednesday night at Stamford Bridge under the lights and Matchday Live. We'll have all the team news and all the build-up from 10 to 7. No tricks, only treats for Chelsea fans tonight. 3 points away at Turf Moor. Happy Halloween and have a good evening.